This great black door, and this is the entrance to our Experience Centre. So today what we want to do is take all of you through an experience, through the journey of the Experience Centre. So many of you have heard about this, you've seen my emails, you've seen the awards that we've won in the Experience Centre. This is a chance for all of you to actually feel the experience. So what I want you to do as we walk through this centre, I want you to think about a few things. This is just not a facility that we've built in Singapore for us here. This is a facility that we've built for all of you, for Southeast Asia Consulting. This is going to be the way we work in the future. So as we walk through this center, I want you to think about a few things. How would you feel working in this environment? How would your clients feel as they come in through a new experience? Guys, this is consulting of the future. Are you ready? Come on, let's walk in and see what's happening. Magic. Here we go, guys. Follow me. Come on. Don't be shy. Come on, all of you. Let's go. Look at all the colors. Cool. Spaceship. It is a spaceship. And standing right in front of me here are two people who are going to take you through this journey. Mr. Pierre Legrand is our Chief Technologist for SEAC. And here we have Dominic Stellard, who's the Experience Centre leader. Over to you guys, 800 people watching.
Hey guys, welcome to the Experience Centre. And to our Muslim friends, very happy Ramadan Kareem. So welcome to the Experience Centre. Like I said, what you'll see first of all is the tunnel that immerses you in the colours of your client's brand. So it's something we really took care of when we built the place. And each time a client comes in, it's a different colour combination. And in the front of house, this is really where our clients would come and work with us. We obviously built this to be modular, so all the windows open, everything becomes open plan. So when we do things like workshops and client engagements, we can have as much space as we want, or we can make it as intimate as we need to.
And Dom, you're actually blocking, unfortunately, employee number one, whose name is Amy. Amy is our digital assistant, and Amy receives everyone and welcomes everyone when we have her on, because she's quite chatty, actually. So, but as employee number one, we wanted to kind of show off the technologies that we use in the experience centers so that our clients, our people could understand what we're working on as some of the latest tech that we use every day. Obviously, the site is a fantastic place. I mean, everyone calls it the nightclub or the play zone, but you could see it's fun, it's inviting, it's exciting, and our clients love coming here every day. And just as some context is that we've had clients from every single territory come in here, and it's been so well received, and now we want to make sure that you've been able to see it as well. So what we think we wanted to do now was to say, we're going to capture a whole bunch of questions for you. This is a live stream. And we use the YouTube platform because we know a lot of you use these technologies today. So enter your questions that you want answered, and then at the end of the live stream, we'll be able to start to pull a pool of people together to answer them for you. Lastly, I am super excited to talk to you about a very interesting thing that we want to do as part of you taking the time to join the live stream today. It's really about getting you involved in what the Experience Centre is doing every day. And so what we wanted to do, there's a form that will be sent to you, a Google form, because most of us are on Google, and for Indonesia, we'll send a separate link. The Google form will ask for our best ideas in relation to how we can use the Experience Centre to help our clients in each of the regions, our best clients. What we want to do is collate those ideas, and then a group of us will choose the top 3 ideas. Whichever ones get chosen, you will come spend the day in the Experience Centre. We will fly you down to Singapore, and you will spend a day with us in a hackathon to build some of the best ideas we have. And either we'll use them with clients, or there's plenty of events that we could showcase them off. But at least you'll be able to see how the Experience Centre works every day. Great. I hope you're super excited about that. And with that, I'd like to hand over to our fantastic colleague, Sigrid.
Welcome in the Solution Zone. So we're going from the nightclub to the Solution Zone where the actual work happens. So we are from the difference, and the difference is a capability in the Experience Centre where we solve complex problems in a very innovative, creative and collaborative way. We run design forums, and in those design forums they're actually built on 4 pillars: environment, people, process, and content. Environment. This is really an inspiration. We want to get people thinking out of the box. We want to make sure that they explore how to make their organization fit for a future. And we really want to share ideas. And you may be thinking, I'm in Indonesia, I'm in Thailand. How do I use this space? And we actually can. We bring it to you. Lisa, where have we done this before?
Yeah, so actually we love turning turning spaces into creative environments. And we've done this with factories, with museums, with galleries. Actually, we've done it before with a car factory. It's really amazing how you can turn a simple space into something truly engaging.
The second pillar is people. Together with you as experts from PwC and with your client. And the client we mean the top leadership to actually make decisions, but also with the people who are dealing with the problem on the ground floor. Then we of course have the facilitation team, and together we let group genius emerge, and we really are better together. It's a bit of a cliche, but it works. We also have the pillar process. We actually have a very engaging process based on a methodology that's been proven over the last 40 years. We work with you in the lead up of a session, and we really are going through an engaging sponsor meeting process. We basically create alignment up front with the main sponsors. And to bring that alignment already in the session itself is just building even more alignment. We often say when you present someone with a solution, you basically get sometimes a bit challenged when you do. When you make people co-create the solution, you actually really get advocates for that in the organization. The last pillar is content. We make content really, and we bring it to life. You can see we have a lot of creative people around here, and they really do something beautiful with it, and it's way more, a better way to basically take up that content. So what do you get out of the difference? You get acceleration, you get ownership, you get alignment, but who is better actually to share about what you get out of the difference than people who've been using it quite a bit over the few years? Martijn and Eugene. Martijn, where have you seen the real benefits?
So maybe building on the whole acceleration part, I've worked with the difference many times, both in the Netherlands with PwC as well as over here. Super impressed. Moreover, because I've seen good examples where a difference team would achieve the same type of output in 2 or 3 days as a normal project team or traditional project team would do in 2 or 3 months. And one of the reasons for achieving that is design thinking concepts, like this one, for instance, the whole creative process model, which is where you actually bring clients together and you really test the solution by looking at the intent and the insight. And by making sure you use the space and you use the process and you use the content, you can achieve a lot in a very short time frame. I've always been a big fan of the difference, definitely.
And Eugene, can you share a bit what is so good in working with us?
Of course. Well, apart from the people, I think it's a really great way to get to accelerated decision making and solve some really complex problems. If I think about some really practical examples, we've taken some major government departments through to redefine their future. We've had business cases which normally take about 6 months to be signed off in just under a week. And we bring people together from their different perspectives, from risk or legal, or from channel or service delivery, and get all the views on the table to create a solution that's fit for purpose moving forward across an organisation. So, lots of different ways that we can use it to drive accelerated outcomes for our clients.
And what were some of the benefits around the whole sponsor process, according to you?
Yeah, look, and part of the difference that Sig was saying is the sponsor process. So it's about 5 weeks or so of bringing the different people together to design the session and asking 5 whys, so they really get under the cover of what it is you're trying to solve. The benefits of that is alignment. The benefits of that is making sure that you're not wasting time trying to solve something that you could have solved outside the space and in the difference. But you're solving it and really driving commercial and societal outcomes.
Thank you. So my biggest challenge was telling all this in about 5-7 minutes. I can talk to you much longer about it. So please feel free to connect with me. And I can come to your teams, I can be on focus, explain a little bit more. Another challenge was walking backwards, which we do now. And we're going and give it back to Dom. Dom.
Hey guys, welcome back. So, thanks Sigrid. So come with us, we're going to take you through the front of house. And again, this is really where my moonwalking skills come into play. But this is really where our clients will spend most of the time. Do you want me to really moonwalk? This is where most of our clients will spend most of their times here doing a complex problem solving, stakeholder alignment, a different session, but interacting in the whole front of house.
We recognize that a lot of the sessions that happen with Sigrid take a lot of time. And so we have a boardroom for certain customers to be able to have meetings, talk to different employees, chat with customers, so they'll be able to work while they're in there. The entire site is really built around being functionally ready for any type of interaction our customers may need to have with themselves or with us.
Yep.
We have a fantastic pantry area here, stocked fridge where people can get food and drink, and just to relax and talk. You'd be surprised when we have a lot of customers in here, we tend to all congregate by this kitchen bar area. So it's a really exciting space that people love to work with every day. And when you come here, you'll be able to see exactly how it works and feels that we're talking about today.
Yep, great. I think we should also mention that we've really spent a lot of time and energy making the place very, very green. So things like the lights are very low energy. And they switch themselves off automatically. So when you're in the zone, in the space, what they do is they turn on, they turn themselves off when you've left. So we try to automate as much of the building as possible. What we'll do now, we'll take you back of house. This is really, we call this the kitchen. This is really where we do a lot of the behind the scenes work. And as you'll see, our automated door automatically opens, which is what automation does, and it allows you to walk back of house. It talks to our phones, and what that does, all that information feeds into Microsoft, where we have analytics of where we spend most of our time. So this is our back of house. This is where we really build cross-functional teams to cluster and work on complex problems, and it could be something simple, could be something very difficult. And I'd like to introduce you to Ritika. She's our product owner. And Ritika will talk to us about how we build products in the EC.
Hey guys, I'm Ritika. I'm a product owner here in the EC. So essentially an idea can come from anywhere. So it can come from the market if we find something that's really interesting. It can come from a client, or it can come from our friends in consulting. Essentially, once we have an idea or a customer problem or determine a customer need, we put it through a triage process. So we determine, is it desirable from a customer's point of view? Will customers actually want to interact with this product or this concept or this idea? Is it commercially viable? So is it actually worth investing our time to build? And is it technically feasible? So is it going to be easy to build or really difficult? Once we triage the idea, we put it through a discovery process. So this is where we talk to our customers, actually get that and determine whether that idea is worth pursuing from a customer's point of view. We wireframe it, we prototype, we do a lot of different things to ensure that we have the right idea that we're pursuing. Once we do that, the intention of doing that is to really create a proof of concept or a minimal viable product that our users will want to interact with. We've got a lot of these concepts that we're working on here in the Experience Centre, but essentially we do it in a really cross-functional way. So we don't work in a silo. We bring our friends in from the consulting space, we bring customers into the Experience Centre, we really test and validate ideas and ensure that we're building robust concepts. We've got a couple of different concepts we want to take you through today. So one of them is LifeScore. We've got Chris Mihos here who's been working on LifeScore. He's going to take you through all the awesome stuff the team's been doing.
Cool. So LifeScore started as an initial concept in an insurance account planning workshop. And so we've been working with Winston in Singapore, Paul Francis in Malaysia, and we're building out MVP. So proof of concept for what LifeScore could be. And here we've got Wenya, who's bringing everything to life. We've got Lissa, sort of behavioural psychologist. And this is Rahul, product owner, who's making sure that we're on track, keeping us honest. So what is LifeScore? LifeScore is an app that we're developing which is your personal life coach. So it brings out the best in who you are, and underpinning it all is a deep learning hyper-personalization engine which takes things that are normally out of your plain sight and brings them to the forefront so you can see insights, which we then partner with behavioral psychology to nudge you to become the best version of yourself. So that's what we're working on at the moment. If life score is of interest to you or you think it would be interesting for your clients, please let us know. I'm going to hand over to Chris, Gap, and Ratika to talk you through Helium.
Hi guys, I'm Chris So, Creative Director of the Experience Centre. It's really important for us, the creative team, to come to the product team right now because this is where we can work together to develop world-class idea. So this is a place where we can challenge ourselves, we speak with an open mind, we get different point of view and different insights in the products we build. So the goal here is to really build an ultimate product.
Yep. Thanks for that intro, Chris. Helium is one of the products we've been working on in the EC, similar to LifeScore. What is Helium? Helium is an organizational maturity platform that assesses a company's maturity across a couple of different capability areas. We built this platform here in the EC. We went through a very quick 2-week iteration round where we tested the concept with customers, we brought users into the EC, we really validated the concept and made sure that this is something that organizations will interact with and fits that burning platform customer need. And then we went through a 4-week period of development. So we've got a technical team that sits in-house, developers, and we designed and developed the whole thing in-house. I'm going to give it to Gap now, who's going to talk to you a little bit more about the creative process, how we came up with the name Helium, and how the creative process is absolutely injected into the entire product development process.
Hi, Gap. I'm the head writer. Sawasdee ka. So basically, after getting the product benefits from Ritika, from the creative side, we came up with the naming and the product story, which this is how Helium, the only way, natural way to go is up, came about. Now, basically, after we got the main idea, we basically played around with the logo, and then we broke it into a storyboard for a video that we can pitch for this product. Now, let's head over to the ideation zone over there.
Yeah, and before we get there, we're going to cut over to Kun Vilayporn, who's going to talk to us about how we engage with her.
We want an exciting opportunity to help one of the top Thai insurer in Thailand to help them modernize the core insurance system. And one of the very key reasons for us to be able to win this project is because we work with Experience Centre in Singapore. So we flew Dom, who's an EC leader, to Thailand to join the pitch and explain to the client, which includes CEO, CFO, CIO, all the C-suite, and explain to them how EC can help add value. So what we plan to do is to get the client to visit EC, that's coming up, and to help them crack their difficult issues. So we're now working with them to understand what issue would they like EC to help resolve. It would be something obviously relevant to digital, emerging technology, help increase client experience, and how does that translate into the core insurance project, which we are about to take the journey with them in the next 2 years. So very impressed. I was impressed myself in the session. I was actually personally very inspired to see us bring that capability to the client. And the client also walked out of the meeting very exciting, very engaged as well.
5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Come on guys, come on. So I'm going to show you the ideation zone. This is very, very different, and it's a new way for us to work because this is really the place where we pin our ideas on the wall. So everyone is invited to pin the ideas on the wall, but only the best idea get to stay on the wall. So, Ritika?
Yeah, so one of the ideas we've been working on here in the ideation space is BankOS. We won't go into too much detail today. You're going to be hearing more about it in the coming weeks. But essentially, BankOS is a completely different way that we'll be interacting with our customers. It's a new app that we're creating. It's a new open banking platform. It's super interesting, hot off the press. And Kimmy's going to take you a little bit through some of the creative designs, the wireframing, the UI, and the work that we've been doing on it.
Hi, kamusta? I'm Kimmy. So as you can see on this board, we're bringing BankOS to life. We're designing the UX and the UI so that our platform differentiates from your normal traditional banking platforms. We're trying out like simplified and maybe some gamification for the onboarding experience so that it's more compelling and people would want to use it more. And then right here, here you go. So these are like different look and feels that we're researching right now and other functionalities because we want this to be very hyper-personalized and tailor-fit to users' need. Yeah, so this is our ideas wall, and now I'm gonna throw you over to Marina, who's gonna talk about customer-led growth. That's right. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Kimi. So I'm here together with Eugene from Customer and Tor from Salesforce. We are working together in a collaborative go-to-market approach, basically trying to help our clients to overcome important challenges about customer and how do they grow as a business. So we identify some key challenges for the area, and we have now developed value propositions that brings together the power of the firm. The Experience Center is actually touching on how do we bring experience to life for both the employee and also the end customer. So that's it for me. I'll now turn to the Indonesian team.
There is a client in industrial sector that we have been trying to get in. And one day we had a chance to discuss with the CIO and the CHRO. And in the discussions, it becomes very clear to me that we cannot just do a PowerPoint presentation with these guys. And so we invited them to the Experience Center. They agreed. So we did a session with them about people aspect of digital transformation. Overall, we have about 3+ hours of very intense interactive discussion with them, covering topics such as culture change, attracting the right talent, employee experience, and so on. They were very impressed and very happy with the visit, so they agreed to follow up with us in engaging us on the people transformation. So the Experience Center has been key to get us traction in this client.
Now, welcome back. So, thanks, Joanne. Thanks for getting some of the graffiti. So, a very important part of the design thinking process is the prototyping stage. And without a prototype, we can't test anything. Without testing, there is no design thinking. So, a very important person and a very important department for us is the R&D and the makerspace. And for that, I'd really like to hand you over to the R&D team. And if you walk with me, I'll introduce you to Marco, who's our Chief Technologist for the Experience Centre.
Hello, I'm Marco. I'm the CTO here in the Experience Centre. Come on, let's go walk in the makerspace. So obviously you can see that the makerspace is the coolest part of the Experience Centre. It has all the coolest people inside it.
By the way, I work in here.
Yeah, Pierre also works in here. That's part of why it's so cool. So what we really do here is the makerspace houses the Experience Centre and the firm's research and development capability as well as its emerging tech lab. And what we do here is we take problems from the Experience Centre, from the firm, from the region, from anywhere really, and we try using a mixture of technology and skills to solve them and come up with a prototype for those things super, super quick. Most of the time, those solutions are made with a business lens, so we're looking to try and figure out, okay, how does this particular prototype or solution apply to a business? Sometimes it's just a funky concept that someone wants to try and see, so it could be something cool like this. So how do we create an articulated hand that might be useful for augmented reality or something like that? How do we use things like amazing augmented reality technology to be able to transform the way that our businesses interact with their customers and the customers interact with their businesses? I might just let the team introduce themselves actually, so go ahead.
Hi, hey, I'm Carlos. I work in VR and mixed realities. So as you can see here, we have the 3D model of the EC, and then later we actually take this 3D model and with some programming we can do the interactions, and then we can integrate inside the Magic Leap.
Yeah, so what that lets us do is create 3D worlds and use the Magic Leap to actually interact with the physical environment using a piece of technology. So when anyone comes through to the EC, we always let them jump in and try it out and give us some ideas about how they would be able to see it being used for their clients. We love to take the latest and greatest technology here and take it apart and put it back together and just try to see how we can make cool things and bring that out to the rest of the business. Johandi, Gael,
Halo semua, apa kabar? I'm Johandi, I'm from Indonesia. Happy to work with you guys soon.
Yep, I'm Gail, French.
Gail, what is that?
So you can see that we've got a couple of software developers in here. That's about the best reaction you can get.
We'd like to remind everyone to make sure you ask a lot of questions. It's really important that we have you guys actively involved. I think my good colleague Marco is short selling a little bit about what this site actually does because he's in it every day, but this team is really about setting the future agenda of what our clients are not looking at yet. And so what we try and do is to bring technologies to them well in advance. So Marco and I have spent a lot of time thinking about where our clients will be, not what other consultancies, and we're talking to them now. The horizon is a 2 to 3 year horizon. And Marco and I do a lot of interaction with the globe. So we're tied up with our emerging technology labs globally, where we're sharing assets as well. This site takes a lot to run, and we have to make sure that we're continually feeding the technology innovation to our customers, to the site, and to our people every day. And Marco really has done a fantastic job at leading us through that journey and pioneering some of the technologies that we're looking at with his team. So we really appreciate everything this team does, but we're also under a lot of pressure to stay ahead of the curve all the time for you.
I just want to add as well that one thing that's very exciting is the growth of technology plus creativity here. And we're talking more and more about adoption of enterprise applications. We're talking about immersive experiences as well. And if you just go onto the wall over there, this is what the guys have been working with the creatives, to build an immersive experience where you kind of build this portal into another world. And I think there's a big future in emotional technology, or how customers engage with technology. And it seems to be a real great selling point for us, whether it's a brand immersive experience or whether it's a great solution. But technology powered through the need and the want for a customer to engage with it. Cool, so what we're going to do now is we are going to magically teleport into the immersion zone. And before we do that, we are going to, sorry, I need to moonwalk again. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut to our manifesto video, which kind of sums up really, I would say, what we believe in and what we strive to do as a, yeah.
Okay, so we are now at the next stage of our little presentation that we've been doing with you. And what we really now are going to show you is something that is unique to some of the ECs globally. Dom and I have had the luck to travel around as we prepare to launch the EC, to visit most of them across the globe. And what we found that was missing was an additional piece that really presented to our customers a unique way of immersing them in the technology solutions, in the problems that we solved in the solution zone with Sigrid, the new technologies that we've worked on with Marco, in an exciting, innovative, and immersive way. And what we did was we built a room that can actually do this, which we call the immersion zone, and we'd like to take you into. Come on in. So, as you can see, we have what I've been calling to all our customers, our next generation of PowerPoint. And this room is really about how we show our customers what we used to present on a slide, but we actually present them in immersive, engaging, exciting multimedia capability. This room was built with that intent, to really engage with our customers in a different way. So let me use some real life examples to bring this into a tangible form for you. So we've all worked in different customer sites where we've put slides up in very small rooms, and we've done either customer journeys or personas and stuff that you just put up on boards, and they represent responses to our clients, but on slides. Imagine if we didn't do that. Imagine if we presented to our customers, instead of a slide, an actual person going through a customer journey in Singapore, in Jakarta, or KL. Imagine we could follow that person just like you're watching this live stream today, and you could see what that person does and interacts and how they use technology, the prototypes that you will have seen that Marco and his team have talked about, the apps that you spoke to Ritika and Chris using, all of those integrated into a single holistic picture, streamed or put live here with our clients sitting in a much more immersive way than a PowerPoint could ever do. This is the power of this room, and Dom has been working with us really on how we bring a lot of that to life. So I thought I'd have Dom say a few words as well.
I just wanted to say, and I think this is a really important point for the C-suite, we're doing the heavy lifting for the clients. You know, we expect them to sit through a 4-hour presentation, but this is the CEO and the CCO and the whatever. So what's really important about this room is within 5 minutes, we can have an alignment. And I think what we did is we reversed the model. We didn't do a heavy presentation in the same way that you wouldn't buy a car from a user's manual, you would buy a car from a test drive. So what we did is the heavy PowerPoint actually becomes the user's manual. This is how we'd scale it. This is how we'd take it to market. Here's the strategy. Here's how we got there. But all we really want from our clients is 5 minutes of their utter attention and for them to nod enthusiastically, high five at the end. This is what I want. Now let's build it for real.
So the end result of all of this that I had spoken to Raj about with Dom was how we digitize our consulting offering, how we move from paper to digital production, how we get our customers to see tangible apps, tangible prototypes to an immersive experience, a user using LifeScore in a cafe, an organizational fitness test happening within a boardroom. All of these things are what we tend to bring in this room to show our clients in a significantly more engaging way, which we hope will lead to more business for us. We have to now jump to Q&A. So now is the time that you have to put in your questions into the YouTube stream. So please, can I ask you to do that? Because we're going to be answering some of the questions that you have. We'd love some tough ones, and we'd like to take you along to there right now.
Cool. I'm going to change something up. Let's go this way.
Great.
We talk about design thinking, and design thinking is all about iteration and testing and changing and testing and improving. And what we did is we actually built these little wormhole tunnel doors, which take us back through, all the way through to the solution zone. So if we want to do rapid testing and iteration, we can shortcut the whole system. Let's move through here. And as you see, we're now back in the front of house, and this door goes back through to the solution zone. So we really took the design thinking, the iterative loop, really it became the basis for how we built the place. Cool. So let's move over to the cafe area.
Dom, did you want something to drink? I'm just going to grab a water.
Actually, I want a sample agreement.
Okay, great. No worries.
Right, should I drink? No, fine. Actually, I'm going to go over here.
How did that feel?
And now over to our sponsors, Cubes Magazine. So we're very proud to say that we won a design award recently for interior space design, and we also got a front cover feature for Cubes Magazine, which was really good for us. So it's not all about the space; it really is about the outcomes we present to our clients. But it's really good to see we're getting some traction and some PR for free.
Excellent. So we're now ready for Q&A, I guess, team.
Q&A.
Yeah.
Over to Rachel.
So we have a question from Benjamin, who is asking any guidance on how to qualify for an opportunity to bring work to the EC.
Great. Well, Benj, maganda hapon, first of all. And I wanted to just make sure that you had a good view of this answer for the team, because I could see it's the team that's asking the question. So I think there's a couple things. The first advice that I would give is think differently. Think about how we normally engage with that client in our conversations with them when they presented to us the normal engagement request. And as I discussed, you have all of these wonderful assets in the EC, but also we have fantastic people with great capabilities. So how do you bring the technologies, the space that we have here into a response that you would have had? So if a client asks you about a new way of delivering their strategy or a new business model, there's a hyper engaged way that you can have them brought into this environment to talk through how they do that and for them to see the technologies. We've had clients come in here who we've answered that question but as a result of seeing some of the R&D activity we've done in the lab, actually have new demand that they want to get from us as well. So it's really about shaping the response differently and then taking them through with some of the people that we have in here.
Okay, we have another question from Janine. She's asking, understand the EC will be a hub and a spoke model. When will we build a spoke and where will that be in SEAC?
Yeah. So they pass the easy questions to me. So the whole concept that we've built here is that this will be sort of the nucleus for our transformation in the business. But that transformation doesn't happen if we just keep it in one territory, in one location. So we are thinking of actually having spokes. So this is the hub, spokes in various other markets, various other countries. The way we're trying to roll it out, though, is we're not just going to recreate this center in another country. We want to create an ability in the various markets that are tailored for your clients. So it's not as easy as taking what we have here and lifting and dropping it there. What we want to do is look at what's happening to the transformations within our clients in those markets and create that capability in those markets. This is going to happen over the next year and the next years after that, right? We're going to start as soon as we can in the next financial year to start creating a few hubs and spokes, rather. We're also going to try to see how we can get more of our talent from the Experience Centre to move out and work with you, hand in hand, working with your clients. So remember, this is not just about this location. It's about the people, it's about the experience, and most importantly, it's about the ways of working.
Correct.
How we work differently here. So watch this space, it's going to happen very soon.
Great.
Okay, and we have another question from Cern Wei. He's saying, are there any thoughts on embedding EC-type competencies, methodologies, and local territory teams?
Absolutely, and how we are going to do that is we have existing vehicles within the competencies of doing that, from customer to people in org. These competencies and capabilities have to have the EC now embedded in how we engage with customers. Raj talks, it's about how we work, not just the physical site. So expand the boundaries from the physical site to think about how we're talking to customers. And then we could leverage the EC to bring that in. So we're working with the leaders of each of the competencies now. Nikki and I have been working across it to understand how we embed the EC and the sub-competencies within there, those leaders as well we've been talking to. You have to remember, every one of the local territories have brought customers in here. So we've been engaging with them on what that means in a practical way and what makes sense for customers in each of the regions today.
Do you mind if I jump on as well? Remember BXT, right?
Yeah.
We're the experience, we have the tech, we have the business, let's put it all together. So anything we can help with to raise a customer experience or an engagement, or adding some tech to you're too heavy on the B and the X, we can add the technology. So we're really here to champion that.
Great.
Okay, and we have another question from Rocky, who's asking, do you have a catalog of services and opportunities for territories outside Singapore?
We do, and we can share that with you. I think the really important thing is to work with your territory consulting leader on the opportunities that are there that you think adding this EC onto would be a very helpful way of changing the way the business works in terms of our solutions and services we deliver to our customers. We will then come to support you, and then as we see what's relevant for your market, we will then adapt our services to do that. I think in the BXT model, when you're very much focused on the experience as well as technology and business, the experience has to be fit for purpose. As we know, what works in Indonesia may not work in Thailand or may not work in the Philippines. So we make sure we tailor those experiences in a way that's relevant to each of our different territories.
Okay, and
Great.
there is one from Rochelle that she says like the EC looks very interesting. Do you have any tips on how we can promote this to local clients who may be interested?
Sure. So we have a load of content here, and we, Pierre said we tried to stay away from PowerPoint decks. We do still have them, but we have a YouTube channel which you're already connected to today. We have a website, and that's going to be phase 2 very shortly. So reach out to us if you want any links. We have videos, including client testimonials, workshops we have in the difference. We have a full library of stuff we can take to clients. So anything you want, just reach out and we can help with that.
Even more importantly, we want your ideas. I mean, part of it is how we get out to market as well. And we need you to do that. You are in each of the local territories. We can create ideas of how we do these things like the YouTube channel, but a lot is around your ideas as well. This is about digitizing our consulting business. And to do so, we need to digitize it at the core and at the edge. And we need your help at the edge, which touches our customers, to say how best we communicate and change our traditional models. That's what the EC is here for.
Great.
Great. And on the subject of spoke model, someone is asking, while we are waiting for the spoke model, is it possible to have a live stream from the EC to the client?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. And this idea that we put together for the first live stream is going to be one of many. The dream is for all of you to actually participate in what's happening in the EC where we can. Obviously, some client events are going to be confidential, but I think most of our client events are stuff that we can actually get you immersed in. And using a live stream like what we're doing today is probably one of our channels. Of course, we want as many of you to come here as possible. But that might not be able to. We might not have that happening very soon. But really, what we want is to bring the EC out to you. That's what we are doing today.
Yeah.
And also, Marco has really built the site understanding that we're going to have to interface with different client technologies all over the globe, and to allow our clients, because certain clients will have regional offices and global offices, and they may want to have people in the EC interacting with people outside of the EC. So what we try and do is to make sure that we have the technologies that allow them to communicate as well.
Okay, great. So we have another question on which aspect of the EC have our clients been most excited about?
There isn't one, and the reason is there isn't one client, there isn't one problem statement, there isn't one solution. I would honestly say the bits that clients are most excited about is the ability of PwC Consulting to get the best people in a room to solve what they need to do at the time. It's very easy to fall in love with the space and say great lighting and cool music and whatever, but ultimately we are here with a purpose. We are here to help our clients go through a disruption, some kind of culture change, or to come up with a new type of IP that cuts through the market for them. And they're most excited really about what we can do for them to help their business. But frankly, that changes every time a client walks through the door.
So I have two really quick and important things on that is important for you to talk with your clients. The thing that I've talked to most clients about in here is this is our example of our own digital transformation. Yep. This is PwC eating its own dog food about the advice we give to you about how you have to change and how you have to work. So when our clients come in here, the conversation that I always get into is, Pierre, Dom, how did you do it? How did you get PwC and its brand to get this site done? It must have been nearly impossible. And what we tell them is that this is the living example of that you can do it as well. And it credentializes us in a way we've never had before. So that's a big, big opportunity. And I think the second thing, and I'm saying these because they're so important, I'm probably taking up a lot of time. But I think the second thing is that in doing things differently, we've brought a team together here that responds to things differently. cross-competency, cross-functional, business plus technology. And I'm talking about business. Our clients come in here and work with us. This is about solutioning technologies in a fundamentally different way that our clients get to see and touch, feel prototypes, not slides. They are going to actually get something when they are in here and see something. And I think that's the big difference that our clients talk to us about every day.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that. Sorry, Rachel. I know that before we opened this place and before the team was on board, every person, whether it's our clients or our peers or EDB or whatever, said the same thing. They said everyone has something like this. They have an innovation center, an experience center, a digital hub, a digital village, a digital whatever. Now, ultimately, everyone does have something that claims to do something. We found that Pierre and I, we went around the world kind of as much as we could to really learn as much about what worked and what didn't work and what would be relevant for Southeast Asia. And we had to find some special ways in. The more we do this, the more we realize that things like creativity are incredibly important, because creativity isn't a piece of UI design. It's adoption into someone's life. It's technology that people want to interact with and they want to pay for. The way we can sell our work to our clients is incredibly important. It's not just about throwing an idea out to a client, and we often talk about the Tiffany box effect, where that beautiful unveiling of something precious is something that our clients really want from us to add value. And things like the immersion space, where we tell our clients that we're doing the heavy lifting for them. They have to sit back for 5 minutes and watch what the solution can be. It's very easy to put the pressure on the client, but it's very difficult for us to do it for them. And what we found is, since we opened and built the team, is clients are saying, love your team, love the diversity, love the fact you have film directors and psychologists, strategy, data and analytics, cybersecurity. Everyone in here in the EC is a conduit for brilliant minds to come together to solve very difficult problems.
Not to forget our strategy colleagues who spend a lot of time in here, our MCH colleagues, people in org, Martijn and his team has been in here. So everyone is actively a part of it. So any other questions, Rachel?
Yes, there's one more on what is the projected ROI for the EC?
Well, Raj asks me that every day.
Yes.
So I think there's two things. We definitely have a business case that we've socialized outwards. We're doing a couple of things, which is taking these initial months that we've gone live. So we've talked to Raj about the fact we needed to learn. So if you look in this room and you ask the question, or even across SEAC, who's delivered an experience center before and run one, you don't have that, right? So we have examples from the globe, but those are great, but they're not done in Southeast Asia, which is what I've learned, a very different market. So what we're doing is learning, testing, putting the facts together, and as we do that, we're going to refine the case to determine what the appropriate positioning should be for revenue, for cost, and we make sure that we have something that's fit for purpose for our territory. Yeah. I think what everyone should realize is that this is our table stakes. If we don't have this, our clients will not credentialize us in a way that allows us to recommend to them and show them what we're able to do. So we know we have to do it. Now we have to figure out how to do it profitably. The other countries have done it. We're adapting similar models. So we hope we can take it from there. Anything to add on that, Raj?
No, I think that's perfectly right. When we put investment into a new venture like this, it's always difficult to project the ROI. We take some risks. But I think this is a risk that we felt must be taken if we want to be relevant in this space, right? And again, I just want to emphasize that this is not about just this facility, right? It's not just about a nice place with lights and and all the gadgets and all that great stuff. It's about the talent, the people you bring in, and how we change the way we work, right? So many years ago, when I used to do presentations, this is what I'll tell my clients, right? I'll say, please close your eyes and imagine. Today, what we tell our clients is this: please open your eyes and see, because we can actually show our clients what the output is. So I guess, guys, this is the future of consulting. We thought it's important not to just bring you into our experience center, but for us to bring the experience center out to you. And I hope you got an appreciation of what happens here. What's going to be more important is that we get all of you to understand that this is the new way of consulting. This is the consulting of not 10 years from now, this is the consulting of 2 months from now. Because our clients have moved this way, and if we don't move this way, we're going to be irrelevant very, very fast. I think we have just one more question, and then we're going to wrap up. What's that question?
So more of a practical question from Jean Morales in Philippines. She's asking what kind of prep work do we usually, that's required from us, from the client before engaging the EC?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, a lot of the work that comes in here, a lot of the problem statements that come in here usually go through the difference. So a good point of contact would be to talk to Sigrid. And what Sigrid usually does, she has a very solid set of questions she'll need to interact with the client so that they're completely aligned. There's nothing worse than spending all this time and effort and the problem statement is different. So Sigrid's a great point of contact. Pierre and I, you can reach out to us as well. And what we'll do is we'll normally sit with the client, have a coffee, have a quick chat, and talk to the client about how we can help them. I think one of the most important things we should do to our clients is listen to them. Not one client has the same problem as another. We should sit down. We try to do it informally. We try to do it as an ally, as a friend, as someone who can work with them and not supply to them, but actually bring them into our team and make them feel like we can build a team around them.
Fantastic. So guys, I've just got Charles joining us here. Charles is the TCL for Singapore. And Charles, just before we close off,
Sure.
You would have seen many of our clients coming in here. What's your impression of what's been happening over the last few months?
Yeah, very exciting. I think this is a space, and it's not just the space. The space is cool, right? The clients, when they walked in, through that tunnel, they're impressed, right? I have not seen anyone that's not impressed. The people who are a bit lost, I guess, but they are impressed in general because it is an interesting space. So as they walk through the space, I think they kind of figure out how we are going to use this space, and that's exciting for them. And I think when we prepare and we present and we actually use the space to workshop, to design, and to brainstorm, I think it added a lot of creativity. It allows people to think out the box, and I think the facilitation it's different, right? Obviously, we have the different approach and all that. I think that we introduce interesting techniques like games to help people realize the importance of, for example, working amongst teams, right? I think that's a very real one that I experience with my clients. So the clients actually work together with me firsthand, and I think that builds a lot of rapport. And I think new ideas were created. Things were impossible. For example, impossible to align, got aligned.
Yeah.
Right. So I think
great stuff.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
And great job, guys.
So here, that's it, guys. That's the Experience Centre in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed the session. It's important that you appreciate what we have built for you. For Southeast Asia Consulting. We are very proud to call this the PwC Southeast Asia Consulting Experience Centre. It's a big, long name, but we're very proud about that. Just bear in mind that this new way of working is going to come to you. Embrace it today or be irrelevant. So we don't really have a choice. This is the way of the future. This is PwC Consulting. I hope you have a great week ahead.
So Raj, I just wanted to say one thing about the
Go for it.
hackathon. Remind everyone about the
hackathon.
So we have done a lot of the hard work for you. So the first was I had to convince Raj the winners to fly them down, and so Raj said yes because he knew he had to. So what we are going to send to you is a link with forms so that you can submit your ideas, speak to your TCL, speak to your leaders in country, and submit some of the ideas about what are the technologies and solutions that we could develop with the EC and bring over to you, but also do a hackathon here so we can bring that thing to life. What we want to do is to really make sure you understand the way we work. It's super exciting. We want you to participate, and we'll have that link. Now, the other bit of hard work that I've done for you, I've committed a lot of people to be a part of that hackathon who are going to help you. The fantastic team that was behind this live stream today, which I'd like to introduce you to. Say hi, team. Yeah.
how do we go beyond what we know today? How can I make something? How can I make it better? How will people react? How do we change an industry? Everything starts with a question.
How can AI customize education for the individual according to their personalities?
Imagine there's a new internet, built entirely new from scratch.
What if your everyday objects could detect terminal diseases?
Imagine a world where teenagers can come to a safe experience online, where they grow their skills that help them think about themselves and the world differently, that they don't feel threatened or bullied. That could be quite amazing.
Video conferencing hasn't really changed for 20 years or something. How can we make it better to create more connections to people who are far away?
If I were to reimagine the future, I hope to see commercial flights to other planets.
This is all about adventure, exploration, journeying into the unknown. And frankly, that's where the riches are. That's where no one's gone yet, because if they had the answer, we wouldn't go there anymore.
This is a place that's all about our people. We have very few times in our lives when we can do something like an experience center and leave something that's going to change the way a company does work. Our goal is to really redefine the problems that our clients are trying to answer and give them another point of view in a very technology-driven world. I come in every day as if I am part of this very unique experience, and I'm excited to be here like it's the first day every day.